Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Saint Discussions on Strike Seven Sports. Today, I just want to talk about the ongoing issue with the Who That Nation and their, concerns, their complaints, their anger with in regards to new head coach Dennis Allen. Saints, as many of you already know, Saints lost another game. This time to the Arizona Cardinals by a score of 42-34 on Thursday night football. Is their second loss in a row, fifth on the season overall. They now have a 2-5 record. This is a record that they've not had, in a long time. It hasn't been like this since 2016, 2015, those years. But a lot of fans are really starting to get frustrated with Dennis Allen's tone as a head coach. Um, some people think that he's laid back, he's not caring, things like that. But it was on full display on Thursday night football on Amazon Prime when the reporter asked Dennis Allen what did he say to the team? What did he say to the quarterback? And I'm paraphrasing this stuff what I'm saying what Allen said, but he said remarks along the lines of do nothing, don't do anything different, just keep doing what you're doing and keep fighting. And that made a lot of people upset, at Dennis Allen, and kind of people felt like that was nonchalant, you know. And I'll say this in regards to that statement overall. The reason why people are upset at Dennis Allen is because he's not showing, some emotion. He's not showing that he's proactive and trying to turn his team around. Fans want to see him, bench a player, shoot somebody out. They want to see that. They want to see him go after some players like a Nick Saban or Sean Payton. Give somebody the look. Just pull somebody aside and give him the business. Or Bill Belichick. You just bench somebody, cut somebody, do something, send a message. That's what the fans are upset about. That's what they're saying. Show that you care. Show that you trying to turn this around. Show that you're moving with a sense of urgency. That this is an urgent situation because this is not fun for a lot of Saints fans. This have been some of these fans have came on board since 2006 or 2009. You know, I know what it's like to have the bad years. I know I've been there when Mike Dicker was around. That train wreck was just terrible. Jim Haslett, that was terrible. You know, Sean Payton, this has been a honeymoon for a lot of these folks out here. They're not used to this, and Dennis Allen has to realize that. And he has to show this. That's why people are upset. They just want to see that you're trying to get this thing right. And a lot of people are upset about that nonchalant attitude. It's not. I would say this calming presence that he has right now. You know, and maybe if they were winning, they had a winning record. They were hovering around 500. You had a 500 record or over that. I don't think nobody would have an issue with it. But since they're losing, they're way under 500. Playoff chances are slim. People gonna have an issue with that. You know, and I don't know that. I mean, maybe that can change after the bye week. Not well, this little short bye they got right now. We don't know, but some things gotta change. You know, and something else that came out after in the post game presser, the interviews. Allen, pretty much stated that his biggest concern has been health, and that's the reason why his team has, fell below the wayside in regards to being a competitive team, but a team that's not living up to expectations despite the roster that was assembled in the offseason. He was saying, paraphrasing here again, but he was saying that his health, is the issue. He lost a lot of players so far, and that's where I got to push back on that. You know, health It's not why Andy Dalton threw 3 interceptions. Well, he threw a pass in the triple coverage in the red zone. You could have if the Saints had converted on that play. If he had not throw that interception, throw that pass somewhere else, got a touchdown, Saints would have been up 21 points, 21-6. But he threw that interception that changed the entire trajectory of that game. Injury didn't have nothing to do with Marquez Callaway having a pass in his hand, but he literally fumbled it, bobbled it in his hand, and went to the hands of a Arizona defender, ran back for a touchdown. Health didn't have nothing to do with that. Health didn't have nothing to do with Mark Ingram fumbling the football while the Saints were deep in Tampa Bay territory in the Week 2 matchup against the Buccaneers. The health didn't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? What else? Health didn't have anything to do with Deontay Hardy fumbling in the game against the Minnesota Vikings. Health didn't have anything to do with Minnesota faking a punt on you in the game in London that gave them another possession deep in your territory. I can't really give the health issue a alibi with the Saints this year because they have won games in the past with not having the team at full strength. When Michael Thomas the first went out with that ankle injury in 2020, the COVID year, they were winning games without him. In the past, they won games without all these good players. They won games without having Marcus Davenport, who has just been, regressed so far. Hopefully, he can turn things around. You know, but I can't give him that excuse, man. But the injuries, because his team has done, I think, in my opinion, have done enough to win games. The Saints are in the position they're in right now because of um their own mistakes. Their own mistakes. Health ain't have nothing to do with Blake Gilligan shanking a punt and allowing the Bengals to have good field position. And on the first play, I believe, Burrow connects with Jamar Chase. Bradley Rover missed the tackle. He goes into a touchdown. Health didn't have nothing to do with that, man. So you can't. You can't have that alibi right there, man. That's the last thing you need to say, in my opinion. He did not need to say that because this team has shown that they can do enough to win games, man. You know, offense is coming along fine despite some hiccups here and there. With issues in the red zone. Now it's the defense, and that's having the problems now. It's reversed. The roles have reversed. And this is Dennis Allen's side of the ball that he's highly proficient in. Maybe in the off season you give it the play calling up, man, and have one DC and let one of these guys go to wherever. You know, but he gotta show, man. People are upset because he's being so calm right now, despite what's going on around the team. And if people believing that the players don't respect him. Going back to what was said on Kay Adams' podcast or show when Sean Payton was on and Mark Ingram was on, and they were talking about that fumble he had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm paraphrasing again, but Ingram said, "I know what would happen if you were still a head coach." And everybody just laughed it off, but Saints Twitter just automatically took that as he doesn't respect Ingram doesn't really respect Dennis Allen. The players don't respect him, and I wish that had never got out. I wish Ingram would have done a better job of saying what he said because now that's just making Allen look like he just don't have the control of the team. And what this issue what Allen is going through, what he's reportedly going through based on everybody's perception. This is nothing new, man. This happens in all walks of society, in the majority of career professions outside of sports, military, policemen, firefighters, just all walks of society in regards to work, the work environment. You got certain people that you gotta put them in check, and show them who's the boss. Show them that you're the alpha. Sometimes I've dealt with that, you know, and this happens everywhere. But um, hopefully, man, this stuff gets turned around, man. You got these 10 days off, these next few days off. You got you come and give them even the weekend off. I think that's a good idea because you played Sunday against the Bengals. You travel across the country to Arizona in the desert, play a game. You gotta give these guys a break. Give them a break. Let them unwind mentally, and you get back at it and figure out what's going on, how to get this thing right. Because, like I said in the past, it has been done before, but it's slim. It's very rare that it happens where a team can recover from 2-5. It can't happen though. They're not out of the woods yet. So we'll see how everything plays out. But hopefully Dennis Allen can get this thing right, man. He can get it right, because a lot of people had high expectations of this team, man, and it would be sad to see this thing unravel the way it is right now after this latest disaster. When it comes to them blowing games, so we'll see. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel about Dennis Allen's job as Saints head coach. Also in the description box below, check out strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content in the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Who that?